Grand Day Eternal Breath beings. Today we are speaking about the shadow and the lesser known parts of the shadow that I haven't heard spoken about by anybody, but I've heard it alluded to. So we're going to dive into it. When it comes to the shadow and people in general, the shadow is correlated to memory, right? Because the memories of things are what have allowed the shadow to come to be. So when we think about memory, you can think about any memory, any joyous memory, any happy memory. When you go there, that place is always a light. There's always a light there, right? It's just luminous and it's present. And with that light comes a feeling, right? The deeper you get into those memories, you'll feel it. It's a warmth that's just always there, a presence. Some people call this God. Some people call this intuition. There's many different names for it, depending upon the culture and people. But within that memory, that would be a light memory, your light body, which is directly connected to the neuron. So a thing to note is that when you're thinking about memories and you're looking into your memories, whether it's the shadow memories or the light memory, that light that you see is technically the light of the neuron in which you're perceiving in that moment in time, which exists in your brain, right? Because you are tracking that memory to a specific location within your brain, existing within that quantum field for that moment in time, that breath fingerprint, we'll call it that fingerprint, that moment in time that was there, and you're bringing that to life. And the more you sit in that memory, you'll realize that you're starting to bring that forward, which is why they say don't think about the past too much, because you're going to a specific neuron, a specific fingerprint, and you're starting to attract those things there, right? Unless it's good things, then of course thinking about those things and then attracting that abundance to you, whether it was a moment of abundance, etc., that's okay to do. So remember that when you're thinking about memories, the light memories, the light that you see within those are always the light of a neuron. You're literally perceiving the light within your own brain that exists within a neuron within yourself. Now, when it comes to the darker memories, the shadows, those ones usually have a less light. Those ones usually those ones are a distorted field of coherence within the brain, within the mind, within the memory that brings discomfort. And the more you think about those things, you'll start to realize that you're bringing the past to the present through your physical body. Some people have physical reactions within their body because those are where the trauma is stored, wherever it's at within the body. You'll start to realize that that field of memory within the mind, you're embodying into your aura due to the embodiment of that neuron, encasing your entire being because you're within that bubble of the neuron. And now you're experiencing the physical trauma and even some of the mental trauma that comes with it. And it's usually, like I said, associated with a sort of darker, less light presence within that. And so when it comes to integrating that part of you, breath work, the breath itself is what's the real bridge between bringing more light to those areas, right? Because when we breathe, we're bringing more oxygen to the brain, which lights up neuroplasticity, neural pathways, and neurotransmitters. So when you're in that space of thinking about the memory, you're literally bridging the gap between those darker parts of the mind and the lighter parts of the mind to then bring love and whatever other energy needs to be brought to those spaces in order for the integration to take place and more love to be brought. And you can think about it as a family of trees, right? Trees, when something's falling or needs more life, the trees around it, quote unquote, the neurons, start to feed it light, start to breathe more and feed it light. And that's when that self-love and ways that you give to yourself are so important. And you'll see that the intrinsic value comes from the community of your mind, of your brain, of breathing into those spaces, new breath patterns, new thought patterns, releasing and connecting more things to that shadow of self that are healthy and healing. So then that integrates into your being and you literally just let go at some point. You'll get to a point, however it is for your journey within and of itself, to where you let go of those things. All the distorted feels within your body are just gone. You no longer have space within your body, within your coherent field, to give to those energies, and you're able to move forward from there. Breath is the bridge to getting to those spaces the fastest. Breath is the bridge that existed in those spaces constantly and consistently, lovingly. And that is just one way, a very deep way, to get into the shadow of self and integrating those parts of being that truly deserve to be recognized and brought to light within one's personal time and within a community of people and places that allow the space to be brought forth without judgment. So that is all for today. Your shadow is in the mind, in the memory of your being. Breathe into those spaces, integrate those spaces, make time for those. Know that the things that you do outside of those spaces matter. Know that the people that you see, that you may see blobs of black energy around, are only existing in a place of their shadow. And those are the ones that you need to give love to the most and need to be shown love. Because that's what darkness seeks the most. That's what people in the trenches seek the most, is love, no matter who it is. So love, give to self so you can give to others, and the world will be a better place.